Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Respected all, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I welcome you all on behalf of Ilmo Irfan Institute. The mission of our institute is as follows. According to a research, life is equal to 15% technical skills plus 85% human engineering. Therefore, at Ilmo Irfan Institute, our aim is learn to achieve excellence in any technical skill by following the best learning methodology. That is, do it yourself and practicing the three main pillars of human engineering, which is truth, honesty, and justice. To achieve excellence in both the technical skills and human engineering, Ilmo Irfan Institute offers a course whose title is Popular Softwares for Developing Presentations in Windows Operating System. It is lecture number 1, Introduction to Course. And here I am your instructor, Nazia Jahan. Let's start with lecture outline. Inshallah, in this lecture, first I will present Learn to Smile and Appreciate. After that, I will discuss about life. In the third section, I will give you introduction about myself. Then, I will present course aims, course learning outcomes and course content. Finally, in the last section of this lecture, I will discuss course development and teaching methodology. So now, let's move to the first part of this lecture, that is Learn to Smile and Appreciate. One of the primary goals of this course is learn to smile and appreciate. Our beloved Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to the nearest meaning, "Your smiling in the face of your brother is charity." Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a role model for us in all fields of life. Therefore, we should practice this sunnah and always try to keep smile on our faces. A good quote is, "Great people have two things on their faces." May you please complete this quote? Yes, smile and silence. Smile is to avoid problems, while silence is to solve problems. So now, let's move to the first to-do and your turn task of this lecture. The first to-do task is write down at least 3 jokes, share with your colleagues, friends and family members, and smile from heart. The second to-do task is write down at least 3 events of your life when someone's appreciations worked as a turning point for you. Your turn task. The first your turn task is write down tasks that you plan to carry out on daily basis to develop a culture of stay happy and keep happy. Appreciation. After discussing learn to smile and appreciate, let's move to the second part of this lecture, that is life. According to a research, life is equal to 15% technical skills plus 85% human engineering. Here, I have a question for you. How can we achieve excellence in any technical skills? May you please answer to this question? So, the answer to this question is learn to achieve excellence in any technical skills by following the best learning methodology. That is, do it yourself. Here, I have another question for you. How can we achieve excellence in human engineering? May you please answer to this question? So, the answer to this question is never ever compromise on 3 pillars of human engineering. That is truth, honesty, and justice. Effect of taking notes. The question is, if you listen to a lecture, how much do you remember? If you take notes of a lecture, how much do you remember? May you please answer to this question? So, the answer to this question is, if you listen to a lecture, you remember 11%. But if you take notes of a lecture, you remember 89%. That's a huge difference. A mannerly person is a fortunate, while a mannerless is unfortunate. My respected teacher advised me, respect those from whom you acquired knowledge. Time management is life management. Make your to-do list to organize and prioritize your daily, weekly and monthly real-world tasks. Trade-off between accuracy and speed. There is a question regarding to this topic. There is a trade-off between accuracy and speed. When learning a concept, on which aspect should we focus first? May you please answer to this question? The answer is, first focus on accuracy, then speed. May you please tell me the 5-step process that we can use to solve any real-world problem? The answer is, to completely and correctly solve a real-world problem, follow the following 5-step process. Step number 1. Always plan in mind. And step number 2. Design on paper. Step number 3. Execute at prototype level. Step number 4. Execute at full scale. Step number 5. Get feedback from audience and domain expert for further improvement. Talk less, practice more. Another important advice of my teacher is, people do not know you with what you can do. People know you with what you have done. Therefore, inspire the world with your work, not words. Set a big goal of life. Assume that you are a presenter. Then, what is your goal? And how many layers are there in your goal? May you please answer to these questions? The answer is, layer number 1, to become a presenter. Layer number 2, to become best presenter of Irfan Institute, Lahore. Layer number 3, to become best presenter of Lahore. Layer number 4, to become best presenter of South Punjab. Layer number 5, to become best presenter of Punjab. Layer number 6, to become best presenter of Pakistan. Layer number 7, to become best presenter of South Asia. Layer number 8, to become best presenter of Asia. Layer number 9, to become best presenter of the world. And layer number 10, to become a benchmark in teaching and learning in the history of mankind. Always remember, if anyone in the world has done something, you can also do it. So, nothing to lose at each layer, stay happy and motivated. My respected teacher advised me, when you can do any real world task, always put your 100% effort with sincerity without bothering about the results. Here, I have a question for you. If you put 100% effort with sincerity and getting desired result, it will. May you please complete this sentence? Okay. If you putting 100% effort with sincerity and getting desired result, it will double your confidence. On contrary, if you put 100% effort with sincerity and not getting desired result, it will. May you please complete this sentence? Okay. If you putting 100% effort with sincerity and not getting desired result, it will double your experience. So nothing to lose at each layer. Stay happy and motivated. Conclusion is nothing to lose at each layer of becoming a benchmark in teaching and learning in the history of mankind. So keep smiling and stay motivated. Let's move to the second to-do and your turn task of this lecture. The first to-do task is write down your level of expertise, beginner, intermediate, expert, excellence in the following traits. Trait number 1, learning any task by doing it yourself. Number 2, respect of parents and teacher. Number 3, truth. Number 4, honesty. And number 5, justice. The second to-do task is what change have you made in your goal of life after this section? Your turn task is write down tasks that you plan to perform on daily basis to improve your respect of parents and teachers, human engineering skills, and technical skills. After discussing life, let's move to the third part of this lecture, that is Introduction to Instructor. Recall the equation of life, which is life is equal to 15% technical skills plus 85% human engineering. Now, I will present my profile both in terms of human engineering and technical skills. But first, I will give you a brief introduction about my qualification. I hold MPhil degree in Computer Science from ComSat University Islamabad, Lahore campus, Pakistan. Currently, I am working as a teacher and researcher at Irfan Institute, Lahore, Pakistan. I am also a member of Natural Language Processing Research Group at ComSat University Islamabad, Lahore campus, Pakistan. If I talk about my human engineering skills, I have 1 year experience of team lead in developing high quality presentations. I have 2 year experience of membership in NLP research group at university level. If I talk about my technical skills, I have 1 year teaching experience and 1 year research experience at university level. I am also good in Python and C++ programming languages. I have a good presentation development skills using Microsoft PowerPoint 365. So now, let's move to the third to-do and your turn task of this lecture. The first to-do task is write down your profile based on human engineering and technical skills. The second to-do task is summarize your life in poetry and summarize your life in one sentence. The first, your turn task is write down tasks that you plan to perform on daily basis to improve your profile both in human engineering skills and technical skills. After discussing Introduction to Instructor, let's move to the fourth part of this lecture, that is course aims, course learning outcomes, and course content. An important question is, why should we learn to use popular softwares for developing presentations? The possible answer to this question is, presentation development softwares help us to quickly and easily develop high quality presentation for a wide range of real world tasks. Therefore, it is important to know which software are most suitable to plan, design, and develop high quality presentation in Windows operating system. The main focus of this course is to understand main characteristics of 3 most popular and widely used softwares for developing presentation and learn how to download, install, and develop your first presentation on these softwares. The main aims of this course are as follows. The first aim is introduce how to achieve excellence in both the technical skills and human engineering to become a balanced and characterful person. The second aim is introduce how to tell an interesting, connected, and coherent story in a course. The third aim is introduce main characteristics, strengths, and weaknesses of three most popular and widely used softwares for developing presentations in Windows operating system. The fourth aim is introduce how we can download, install, and develop our first presentation in three most popular and widely used softwares available for Windows operating system. Course learning outcomes. Inshallah, by the end of this course, a participant should be able to live and enjoy the blessings of balanced and characterful life by putting 100% effort with sincerity on daily basis to achieve excellence in both the technical skills and human engineering. Number 2. Understand main features of three most popular and widely used softwares for presentation and identify the most suitable software for a given project. Number 3. Understand how to download, install, and develop presentations using these various softwares for developing presentation. Number 4. Understand how the following approaches can be used to efficiently solve both the real-world problems and developing problems, including systematic thinking approach, identifying most suitable solution approach, completeness and correctness approach, divide and conquer approach, half-cooked approach, structured thinking approach, inverted triangle approach, and the last one, 100% effort with sincerity approach. Important note: to successfully achieve all course aims and course learning outcomes, please do all to-do and your turn tasks on time with truth, honesty, and justice. Course content lecture by lecture. This course is fundamentally divided into three parts. The first part is introduction. Introduction part contains two lectures. Lecture number 1, Introduction to Course. Lecture number 2, Basics of Presentation. The second part is Popular Softwares for Developing Presentations in Windows Operating System. This part is further divided into three subparts. The first subpart of this section is Microsoft PowerPoint 365, which contains 4 lectures. Lecture number 3, Basics of Microsoft PowerPoint 365. Lecture number 4, Download Microsoft PowerPoint 365 for Windows. Lecture 5, Install Microsoft PowerPoint 365 in Windows. Lecture 6, Develop your first presentation using Microsoft PowerPoint 365. The second subpart of this section is Focus Key, which contains 4 lectures. Lecture 7, Basics of Focus Key. Lecture 8, Download Focus Key for Windows. Lecture 9, Install Focus Key on Windows. Lecture 10, Develop your first presentation using Focus Key. The third subpart of this section is Prezi, which contains 4 lectures as well. Lecture 11, Basics of Prezi. Lecture 12, Download Prezi for Windows. Lecture 13, Install Prezi on Windows. Lecture 14, Develop your first presentation using Prezi. And finally, the last part of this lecture is Conclusion, which contains only 1 lecture, that is lecture number 15, Course Main Findings, Conclusions and Future Work. Target Audience. The targeted audience of this course is all interested males and female candidates from any field of life. Now, let's move to the fourth to-do and your turn task of this lecture. The first to-do task is write down your aims to take this course. The second to-do task is write down your expectations from this course. The first your turn task is select a real-world task similar to designing a course and write down its aims, learning outcomes, and main content. After discussing course aims, course learning outcomes, and course content, inshallah, I will present the last part of this lecture, that is course development and teaching methodology. Course development methodology. This course aims is to tell a connected and coherent story using simple to complex step-by-step approach. Using this approach, the course is planned, designed and developed by following the three-step process. In step number 1, instructor will deliver a lecture. In lecture, instructor will explain concept using detailed and self-explanatory examples. Therefore, in step 1, 100% work is done by instructor. In step 2, instructor will give to-do task to students, which will be similar the example taught by instructor in the lecture. The student will solve to-do task using their own knowledge and concept taught in the lecture. Therefore, 50% work is done by instructor and 50% of the work is done by students. After completing to-do task given in step 2, student will move to step 3. In this step, the student will first find out real-world tasks similar to-do task. Then, they will find out the most suitable solution for selected real-world task. Therefore, 100% work is done by students. It is important to note that to-do task and your turn task given in this lecture will serve as assignments for student. Now, let's discuss course teaching methodology. This course will be taught by half-cooked approach, that is 50% of work will be done by teacher and 50% of work will be done by student. In this way, both teachers and student will be putting 100% effort with sincerity to achieve excellence in both the technical skills and human engineering. After discussing course development and teaching methodology, now let's move to lecture summary. To summarize, in this lecture, I presented number 1, the power of smile and appreciations. At number 2, how to achieve excellence in both the technical skills and human engineering through this course. Number 3, a brief introduction of instructor of the course. Number 4, course main aims, course learning outcomes and course content. Number 5, course development and teaching methodology. In next lecture. Inshallah, in next lecture, I will present basics of presentation. Hazrat Abdullah bin Mas'ud narrated that Allah's Messenger, Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "The person closest to me on the day of judgment is the one who sent most salat, Durood Sharif, upon me." May Allah give us the strength to recite Durood Sharif abundantly. Ameen. We shall be very thankful to you if you may please provide your valuable feedback on this lecture. Jazakumullahu khair. May Allah bless all of us with His afiyat and karam, both in this world and hereafter. Ameen. Ya Rabbul Alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.